Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Addawiyah binti Anwar and my metro number is 08DU19F1022 and I'm the first presenter. Next.
My name is Farah binti Hafizah and my card matric is 08DU19F1024. I am the second presenter. Next.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Amirul Basri. My number matric is 08D19F1011. I'm the third presenter. Next.
My name is hafizah binti Ihsan. My number matric is 08DU19F1018. I am the fourth presenter.
My name is farhana binti Roslan. And my matrix number is 08DU19F1013. And I am the last presenter.
Next is, today we're going to present our mini project. The topic for our mini project is problem faced by student DU4A while staying in a hostel and of Polytechnic PSA in June 2019. So, as you can see that we have a lot of pictures as the background that have meaning in this slide. For example, the first picture that we can see in front gate of Polytechnic. So that means this problem happened in Polytechnic PSA. The second picture that we can see right here, there are many tools. So the picture of tools means to repair or improve something. Okay, in the third picture that we can see, there are few people. So means there are student DU4A that has a problem while staying in hostel. Okay, next slide is introduction. Okay, introduction for our mini project is, as Polytechnic students, we are obliged to stay in the hostel for 1 semester, and if we want to stay longer, we have to apply at the management office to get the form and approval there. As students, we have the right to speak up about any problem while we have in the Polytechnic hostel. So, this form aims to get feedback on this situation in the hostel from DEU4A student. Okay, next slide is problem statement. Okay, most people associate the word college with partying, making friends and bunking classes. We fail to consider the difficulties of living in a dorm. If you think living in a hostel is all easy and fun, then you are mistaken. Here are the struggles which only a hostel student will understand. We found that many problems occur while we were living in the hostel, although the problem was just a common problem for us. The problem will affect students who will stay in the hostel for a long period of time. Example of problem that faced by the lack of water at a certain level. The fan does not work. The condition of the room is quite gloomy and the food provided is unsatisfactory. Therefore, such a problem must be addressed by those responsible for maintaining the welfare of students in the hostel. Okay, next slide. I will pass the next presenter for Farah.
Okay, hi. Okay, so these are all the problems that always could complain by students who stayed at dorm or known as councils. The first picture is dormitories always had problems with water supply. It is very difficult for students to carry out their daily routine. And the second picture is about the rather gloomy condition of the room. This often got complaint from students about the discomfort of room conditions. For example, a perforated roof that can cause rats to appear. This issue can threaten the safety of students. The third picture is the fan in the student's room does not work. This is cause discomfort too for the students to study and take some rest. Next. Okay, so I would like to say about the action. We have created a form using Google Forms to get feedback from DU4A students about the problems that occur in the hostel and ask for their opinion on suggestions or improvements that can be done by the responsible party to take action. Upon review, we found many problems in the hostel while DU4A students stay in the Polytechnic hostel. Next. Okay, so This is a graph of students' feedback results on our Google form. As a matter of knowledge, various questions have been prepared, and we found that many students have left their complaints also give a good feedback to us. This graph shows that our Google form got effectiveness from the students in helping us study the problems found in the hostel. It is very important in continuing the process of making hostel improvements and helping students. Next. Okay, as you can see, the first question we provide was about the subject taken by the students. Initially, we wanted to focus the Google form only on the DU4A class, but there were a few errors. However, 35 out of 36 responses were found to be from DU4A, and we decided to only accept feedback from other course students because he also has the right to give some opinions. In conclusion, we have learned from mistakes to always be more sensitive to the work being done. Okay, the second picture is identifying gender is very important. This is because every problem for female students is different from male students. Therefore, we need to identify and take appropriate action according to gender. As you can see, it looks like the results show that 22.2% if same responses, and female was 28 responses. So I give to the next presenter.
Okay, for this graph, it is about the religions. Okay, for our class DU4A, we have 4 types of religion, which is Islam, Christian, Buddha, and Hindu. This part, it is made to know if there are problem with the religions when they stay in the dorm or hostel. So we will know how to give different things to the religions and care about their sensitivity. Next, okay. For this graph, the first one is about the living in the dorm. Living in the dorm is an easy transition from home than living in an apartment. So this is this graph is for between living in dorm and living in apartment on their own. So mostly the response of the U4A, they believe they will be so easier when they live in a dorm, and some of them not really like to stay in the dorm. So for the second graph, this is about a new rule requiring students to live on campus for 2 years. Okay, for your information, we as a student, we allowed to stay in a hostel, or we call it dorm, for just 1 semester only. If we want to stay any longer, we need to apply the form and to stay for a semester after that. And then for the response, 83% they agree with the rule that give a positive impact if they stay longer in the dorm, and 13.9% they don't agree with the response. So we should go to the next. Okay, for this graph, we asked about do we enjoy to stay in the dorm. So 81% agree with that, and 8.3 response don't agree with that, because as for me, I really enjoy to stay in the dorm rather than stay in our apartment or our own house, because we can feel the reality of life and we can enjoy with our friends, and it will make easier for us to do some work or assignment. For the second graph is about a complaint about food spoilage. Okay, as we can see in the graph, 61% is agree if the food is a lot of complaints about our cafeteria, because they will give the foods or the service is lack of service, and the food also sometimes it will we give a bad thing for student. Sometimes it will poison if the cafeteria didn't care for the food. Next, okay, this is the last present for me. This is about the internet in the hostel. Okay, for my experience, sometimes the internet can be so fast and sometimes the internet can be so slow. Overall, the students thinks the internet is going well, but sometimes when the dorm is full of students, the internet will so slow and will affect the other, and so hard to us to send the assignment or to attend the class during online. So I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, for these questions, who respond yes about the vending machine in the dormitory provides in water, who respond yes
58.3% equal 21 response. Is no 41.7% equal 50 response.
yes, do you are able to manage the time very well? Who respond yes
97.2% equal 25 response. Is no 2.8% equal 1 response.
Next, okay, for these questions, as many as 58.3% said yes, which is equivalent to 21 response, while 38.9% said no, which is equivalent to 40 response, and 1 response is overwhelming sometimes. The highest percentage number was 21 response. This may be due to factors such as the sudden or routine hostel activities such as congregational prayers, gotong royong activities, sport activities, and prep. This may cause students to feel disturbed to manage the time to complete the assignment. Meanwhile, for 40 response that say no because accustomed to this situation while in high school, or they can manage their study time well. For 1 response, it is possible because the planning to be done and the hostel activities occur simultaneously. It is probable that he uttered such a thing. Next. Okay, this slide about the improvement that superiors can take action to make the hostel more comfortable for students. Okay, from 100% and from 100% from 87% give an opinion to make hostel improvements more comfortable for students who live in hostels. This is the opinion of the list of answers. Among the ways to improve this problem by making a link as we mentioned above. The JPKK should highlight the views of students to superiors. With response like this, problem posed by students in dormitories can be avoided. Okay, next. Okay, this is for example, add more rooms so that many students can live at hostel, create an activities on weekend for students, release their attention to assignments, have more pillow. I think the must get improvement. Example like toilet and fan in hostel, and repair the facilities that broken, add more dorm, replace the vending machine to water filter because often water filter give a lot of benefits such as healthy water and can save money for students. Should make aircon in room, provide free Wi-Fi to each student and provide library in the dormitory. Next, one person each room, improve food quality, make a room study when to discuss in the group, make sure the food in the cafe is worth the price paid, improve the internet connection in hostel to provide stable internet connection. Okay, that's all about ways to improve these problems. Next, I will be presented to Farhana.
Okay. for the solution, based on the observation, we decided to find a way out of the problem. Therefore, we have collected all the information or complaints received through our Google form in preparation. This is because it is one of the best initiatives in helping students and hostel committee members indirectly. With this, the improvement process can be carried out. One of the solutions, step 1, inform the JPKK organization about the problem faced by students. As we can do is, for the first step, the student can go to the warden's office to inform the matters. And the step 2, provide information or complaints that we obtain from the Google form in identifying student problems in the hostel. So for this step, it will make it easier for JPKK committee members to solve the problem faced by students. The step 3 is propose improvement programs or activity in dormitory buildings through collaboration between student and committee members. So the step 3, we can do such as gotong royong activities. With these problems can be solved quickly. Next slide. For the conclusion, a comfortable place and having a cheerful environment is one of the positive impact that can be absorbed by students. It is also able to produce students with a positive and creative mind. Hostels are unique in that they are a gathering of many like-minded people with the same goals in mind, which are to travel, explore, and have fun. Presented with this situation, you learn that it is okay to approach or talk to anyone, and they will usually be happy to talk to you. The last conclusion is you can get along with anyone in a hostel. This type of situation is uniquely social and encourages you to get along with people of tones of different backgrounds who may be in your room with you. So as we can conclude here is with the problems that facing by student by DEU 4A student, we can do so many things to avoid these problems, such as do the Google form. We can report the problems to the JPKK committee members and so on. So we hope that the problems that faced by DEU 4A students can be solved as soon as possible. Thank you from us.
Alright, that's all from us. Thank you.